Hey everyone, if you're prepping for the SAFE MLO exam, you already know that government loans are a huge piece of the puzzle. So today, we're going to zero in on one you'll definitely see, the USDA loan. We're breaking down exactly what you need to know to absolutely nail these questions on exam day. Let's get into it.
So here's our roadmap. First, we'll cover the basics. Then we'll jump into who's actually eligible. After that, and this is a big one, we'll drill the key numbers you just have to memorize. Then we'll look at some unique features. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with a final takeaway to make sure this stuff sticks.
Okay, let's dive right in. Before we start throwing around percentages and rules, we really need to get the what and the why of this loan program. I mean, what is it and why does it even exist?
At its absolute core, a USDA loan, and you'll see it on the exam as a Section 502 loan, is all about one thing: getting people into homes in rural areas. It's run by the Rural Housing Service, or RHS, and its whole mission is to help out low to moderate income families. Honestly, every single rule we're about to talk about today points right back to this one idea.
So knowing the big picture is great, but the exam is all about the nitty-gritty, right? That brings us to eligibility. For the test, you've got to know the two main pillars, the who and the where.
The exam might try to trick you with how it words the question, but it's always going to boil down to this. So, who actually gets one of these loans? Let's break down the answer into the parts you'll actually be tested on.
Here are the four biggies. First, income. The borrower's income can't be more than 115% of the area median income. You gotta memorize that number, 115%. Second, location, and this one's a non-negotiable. The property has to be in a designated rural area. Third, it has to be their primary residence, no investment properties or vacation homes. And last, a little detail to remember, priority is usually given to first-time home buyers. All right, get ready to take some notes because now we're getting into the numbers. This section is pure exam fuel. These are the specific percentages and ratios that you can pretty much bet are going to show up on test day.
Let's start with the headliner, the one everyone knows, and honestly, the easiest number to remember, 100%. USDA is one of the only loan programs out there that offers 100% financing. That means zero down payment. That is a guaranteed exam topic. Next up, DTI ratios. You know the exam loves testing DTI. For USDA loans, the magic numbers are a 29% front-end ratio for just the housing payment and a 41% back-end ratio for all their debt combined. Just burn this into your brain. 29-41.
So there's no down payment, but there is a funding fee. It's a one-time fee of 1%. Now, the key detail for the exam is that this fee can be rolled right into the loan. This means the borrower doesn't need to bring cash to closing to cover it.
And what if a payment is late? Yep, that's another testable number. The late fee is 4%, but, and this is a classic exam-style trick, it's calculated on the principal and interest portion only, not the entire PITI payment. Remember that little detail.
One more number for you. Seller concessions. What's the absolute most a seller can contribute toward closing costs? It's 6% of the loan amount. That's it. A nice, straightforward number to add to your study guide. Okay, we've got the numbers down. Now let's look at what makes USDA loans different. These are the little details that will help you tell them apart from FHA and VA loans when you're staring at a tricky exam question.
So every big loan program has its own automated underwriting system. It's AUS. You've got DU for Fannie Mae, LPA for Freddie Mac. So what's the USDA's version? It's called GUS, the Guaranteed Underwriting System. Just connect those two in your head. USDA uses GUS. Simple as that.
Now this is one of the biggest advantages of a USDA loan, especially when you put it side by side with an FHA loan. While FHA loans have that monthly mortgage insurance premium, or MIP, USDA loans have no monthly mortgage insurance. That is a huge deal and a major difference you have to know for the test.
This one's nice and easy, which is exactly why it makes a perfect test question. Can a borrower pay off their USDA loan early without getting hit with a fee? Yes, absolutely. There are no prepayment penalties, period. Okay, let's get into a bit of an advanced topic, but one that could definitely show up. USDA Section 502 direct loans are exempt from HOPA. This is a critical little nugget of information. It just means they don't have to follow the super strict rules that apply to high-cost mortgages. Definitely remember that exemption. All right, let's bring it all home.
We've covered a lot of ground, so let's just boil it all down to the absolute essentials, the stuff you need to have locked in when you walk into that exam room.
Seriously, if you remember only one thing from this whole explainer, make it this sentence. It perfectly sums up the entire program. Every rule, every number we talked about, it all comes back to this one mission. This is your mental anchor.
And here it is, your rapid-fire final review. Ready? 1. Its purpose is rural housing. 2. It offers 100% financing. 3. DTI is 29/41. 4. There is no monthly mortgage insurance. And 5. Its automated underwriting system is GUS. Know these 5 points cold. You got this.
Okay, let's end with a real exam-style question to put it all together. A borrower has the right income, but they want to buy a house in a suburb. What stops them? It's the location pillar. Even if their income is perfect, if that property isn't in a designated rural area, it is a non-starter. And that, right there, is the fundamental truth of the USDA loan program.